The end of 2022 is approaching fast, and we have a bunch of Lego sets retiring at the end of the year. So I wanted to do a video on my top 10 Lego investing picks for the end of the year. Some of the sets on this list might surprise you. Some of them may even be controversial. I don't know. But these are my top 10 investing picks and the ones that I will most likely be investing in myself. Stick around to the end because I'm going to give you 3 bonus picks that I feel are a little bit lower budget if you're just getting into Lego investing and you want to start with a smaller dollar amount. Now, before we jump into the full list, none of these sets are guaranteed to retire and none of these sets are guaranteed to make money as an investment. Jumping into my top 10 in no particular order, number 10 is going to be the Lego Star Wars Imperial Star Destroyer. Coming in at $700, this is going to be an expensive set to buy. It's also a large set to store. So those are a couple things you're going to have to consider on this set. Will it actually retire? To be honest, I'm not sure. You know, we've only had it on the shelf, I believe, 2 years, and this is a large UCS set, so I don't know if it'll actually retire. It's on a speculative list that it will, but I guess we'll find that out at the end of the year. I would consider maybe just picking up 1 or 2 of these. I don't know that I would invest too heavily in it. I think it is going to do very well in the aftermarket, but at the same point in time, with as much space as it takes and as much of the financial investment as it's going to take, I typically don't want to put too much into that. So 1 to 2 is probably what I'm going to end up doing on this set. And when it does retire, I think those 1 to 2 sets will actually do really well. So that's number 10. Number 9 is going to be the Lego Boba Fett helmet. This is part of those original 3. We had the TIE Fighter pilot, we had the Stormtrooper, and then Boba Fett's helmet. The Stormtrooper and the TIE Fighter pilot helmet are both already retired. Obviously, we saw the TIE Fighter helmet just shoot up in value, so this one I think will do really well. Boba Fett's a really iconic character. It's part of that original trilogy of helmets that first came out, so to complete that collection, I think people are going to want it. I'm definitely going to be looking at picking up some of the Boba Fett helmet. Number 8 on my list is going to be the Lego Ideas Central Perk. This is a really nice set and it follows a really popular TV show. I remember when this set first came out a couple years ago, it was really hard to get your hands on. It was sold out constantly on Lego.com. Just a really popular set and a really popular TV show backing that set, which will hopefully drive up that value after retirement, and I think people will do really well in investing in that set. Keep your eyes out because you can find that set for discounted in the 40s to 50 range. You should be able to get a discount on that set, which will make your profit even that much higher when you do get ready to sell it after retirement. Number 7 is going to be the Bugatti Chiron, coming in at $350. This set has looked like it was going to retire the last couple years. It hasn't. It stayed on the shelves. I feel like this will probably be the year that Lego does finally retire it. There's several other Lego Technic UCS cars that are out there on the shelves now, so I think this one will go. But the set itself is amazing. The box and the packaging is amazing. It's a detailed set coming in a large piece count, so this is a collector's item and collectors will want this after retirement, I believe. $350 is a large price tag, but I do feel like this will get into that $500 to $600 range pretty easily over the course of a couple years, so I think it'll be a good investment in my opinion. Also keep your eye out on this one. I purchased several of these from Zavi, got I think it was a 20 or 30% discount on the set, so be watching for discounts on this set because they are out there, especially at Zavi. Get yourself a discount to increase your profit margin. Number 6 is going to be the Lego Tokyo Architecture Skyline. Coming in at $60, it's a very reasonable price tag. The Lego Architecture Skyline sets are really nice. They're really detailed. They use a lot of small pieces and they're not a huge piece count, which makes them an enjoyable build. There's a lot of Skyline sets out there, so people are going to want to have those Skylines. Typically, we see about a doubling in price on average in the course of a year to 3 years on the Lego Architecture Skyline sets, so I anticipate this going from about $60 to $120 or somewhere in that area over the next couple years. So they're small sets, they're easy to store, but they're a good profit margin, so these are great buys in my opinion. I've purchased a lot of Lego Skyline sets over time in my investment portfolio. They've always done very well, so I'm going to continue to do so. It's the only Lego Architecture set that is retiring in 2022, so I'm going to recommend that you pick up a couple of these. Number 5 is going to be a big one, the Lego Disney Castle. This one has been projected to retire for quite a while. It's been on shelves for quite a while, I believe somewhere in the 3 to 5 year range, so it's It's been out there for a while, but I feel like it probably will finally retire. It is a very iconic set, so it's hard to say if it actually will or not, but coming in at $350, it's a large price tag for investment, but it wouldn't surprise me if this one actually got up into that Ninjago City range on the aftermarket and got up into the $800 to $1,000 after retirement. It's a really amazing replica of the Disney castle at Disney World, so I think people are going to want it in their collections. It is a collector's item, so I think after retirement, this set will really build in value quickly, and it'll make it a good purchase for you to pick up at the end of 2022. Number 4 might surprise you a little bit. It kind of even surprises me a little bit, but it's going to be the Monkey Kid Legendary Flower Fruit Mountain set. I haven't invested in any Monkey Kid up to this point, but I'm kind of getting a good feeling by this set for some reason. I already have one in my investing portfolio. Amazon, I think, was running it for about 30 to 40% off, so in my mind, it was kind of a no-brainer to pick up. But I really like this set because it is a larger build. It's over 2,000 pieces, I believe. It is a much nicer build, in my opinion, than a lot of the other Monkey Kid builds. And then you also get a lot of unique minifigures. You get the Monkey Kid himself and then a bunch of other really unique minifigures in it. I think it's just a good recipe for a solid investment. Do I think it's going to blow up on the aftermarket? Probably not. Monkey Kid isn't necessarily the biggest theme out there, but I think if you can get it at a good discount, I think you'll make a solid profit on it. Keep an eye out on Amazon. Like I said, I got a pretty good discount on it earlier in the year, but if you can find it in that 30 to 40% off range on Amazon or one of those places, I think there's a really good chance that it will double from its retail price at $170. So I feel like it'll probably get into the high 200s, 300s, and then if you got it at 30 to 40% off from the $170, I think you'll do really well on this set. So that is number 4. Number 3 might also catch you off guard, and that is going to be the Lego Lunar New Year's Ice Festival. I tend to gravitate towards these Chinese New Year sets. I've invested in them quite a bit in the past. They don't blow it out of the water, but they're unique sets, and that kind of makes them stand out from all the other Lego sets that are on the shelves. And as far as the price after retirement, again, they're not blowing it out of the water. They're not tripling or quadrupling in price. However, they do typically have a pretty solid performance. Normally, you'll see about double the retail cost on that set. So this set specifically retails for $120. If you can get it at a discount for $80 to $100 and then sell it in that $200 to $250 range 2 to 3 years down the road, you've at least doubled your money on that set and done pretty well. So really nice set. That's going to be my number 3 pick. Number 2 has got to be one of the holiday Christmas sets. And this year, the Elf Clubhouse is going to be retiring. The Lego holiday seasonal sets are really great buys. They obviously appeal to a broad market because they're related to Christmas and everyone loves Christmas. Normally what we see with this set is they retail for $100. I haven't been able to find them very much on a discount. Maybe you'll be able to find a little bit of a discount on the $100, but I haven't found too much of a discount on these sets. If you get it for $100 though, normally it's pretty safe to say that they're going to get up into the $200 to $250 range, somewhere within that 2 to 3 year time span after retirement, which again isn't a huge jump in profit. It's not my number 1 pick on this entire list, but it is a solid profit and it's pretty predictable in what it's going to do after retirement. So I like the predictability in these sets. I like that there's a large audience for them because it makes it easier to sell down the road. So definitely going to recommend you pick up a couple of Elf Clubhouses. So for my last pick, this one I was actually pretty torn on. There was 2 sets that I felt both needed to be in the top 10, but I only had this last slot. I'll tell you what they both were. So on this side, we've got the Lego Star Wars Imperial Shuttle. And on this side, we have the current Lego Hogwarts Express that is on the shelf, not the new UCS version. Both are amazing sets, but I went with the Lego Star Wars Imperial Shuttle, and I'll tell you why. I think the Lego Star Wars Imperial Shuttle will do really well in the aftermarket because of the low price tag of $70. The older retired UCS version of the Imperial Shuttle is out there. It goes for big dollars, and I think this is a great way for people to get their hands on a cheaper version of this set, but still be able to have the Imperial Shuttle in their collection without spending $600 to $1,000 on a UCS Imperial Shuttle. So if it sells for $70 now, hopefully we can get a discount on it before it does retire. So if you get it for $50 to $60, and then I think this one will probably easily get into the $150 to $200 range after retirement. Could be less, could be more, but that's kind of where I'm projecting it to be. So double to maybe triple what you actually paid for it after it retires. So I feel like it'll be a great build. It's Star Wars. Star Wars always tends to do very well. And at the same point in time, it's an iconic spaceship. Darth Vader's Imperial Shuttle. You can't get much better than that. So there's a lot of things going for this set, and I feel like it's going to do well in the aftermarket. Now for 3 bonus investing sets. These are going to be lower cost if you're just getting into Lego investing and you don't want to put out a bunch of money, or maybe you've just got a lower budget this year. These are 3 sets that are low cost, easy to buy, easy to find, but I think will do very well in the aftermarket. The first one is going to be the Batman Classic TV series Batmobile. $30, very low price point. You can probably find it on a discount for somewhere in that $20 to $30 range. Hopefully you'd be able to do that. But it's just a beautiful set. You get a little plaque with it, so it's got more of the collector's feel on the set. You get 2 iconic minifigures in the set. You get the classic Batmobile, which I think a lot of fans will gravitate to over time. And I believe that this one will probably get into that $100 or more range over the course of a couple years. So this is a really good set. Trying to find it at a discount, and I think you'll do very well over time on this set. Number 2 is going to be Bro Thor's new Asgard. This was a really fun set for me. It's a iconic scene in the movie. It's got a lot of fun detail in the set. It's not a large set. Again, it's also, this one's only $30 as well, but you get a lot in the set. You get multiple minifigures. You get, I believe, the only minifigure with Thor without his shirt on, so it's just kind of funny at the same point in time. But it also has kind of more of a collector's feel because you're not as much going to play with it. It's more something that you're going to use to display and let people get a laugh out of. So this one I think will also get close to that $100 range. I'd say probably less than the Batman TV series classic Batmobile, but I would say it's probably going to get into that $75 to $100 range, at least doubling your money, hopefully tripling your money. But a fun set, low price point. Try to find it in the $20 to $25 range if you can, and then you'll make some good money on it, I think. And then third on my budget investing sets is going to be the Batmobile Tumbler Scarecrow Showdown. Another iconic set. It's got 2 really cool minifigures. I believe the only set with Scarecrow. I might be mistaken on that. And then the nice thing about it is it's just a smaller, cheaper version of some of these larger tumbler sets. So this, if you invest in it, will give people on the aftermarket a cheaper alternative than spending all the money to get one of these larger tumblers. If you can find it in that $30 to $35 range, hopefully, I have a feeling that this one will probably get up to that $100 range, if not more. Again, it may not, but I believe it'll at least double in price, and that'll give you a pretty good profit on it. So if you can find some of these at a discount, I would recommend picking them up. It's not all that expensive, and you'll have a good buy on your hands, I think. So that's my list for my top investing picks for the end of 2022. You're gonna have to create your own list. So what I would recommend next is checking out this video over here, which will talk about the top investing themes to help narrow down your investing list even more for the end of the year.